everyone, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So before we start today, I want to say hi and hugs to the following ladies. And I just want to say I so appreciate you ladies. It takes a special kind of person to continuously, every single video I have, comment on it. And it's really so nice. I can, to the point where I can leave this book aside and I know the ladies that are going to comment. And, I don't even need to have this book to say hi to you. So to the following ladies, my diehard fans, Judy Fenter, Shirley Lam a few times, and Judy Fenter, and Louisa van der Walt creatively created, So Paper Crafts, and Helene Glass. Thank you so much for commenting. I am going through my comments, but it's taking some time, but I'll get there. So ladies, I'm back at work. Today was my first day back at work. It did not go very well. Nothing went wrong. Well, technically, everything went wrong. It was a day of, my passwords weren't working. My mouse that looked like it was working was actually not working. Here I was clicking on stuff and nothing was happening. Yet, it moved around, it clicked, it did everything. Wow, that was so frustrating, hey? But anyway, I made it through the day. We figured it out what was the problem, and yeah, we're here today at the end of the day and still surviving. So I wanted to show you this layout that I've done, and then we are going to do one like this. All right, so firstly I decorated the paper, or I stamped on it, as you can see. I kind of randomly stamped on it with vintage photo, and then I added some vintage photo, brushed it on, kind of a thing. And I just used some random stamps over here. Actually, if I look at this was from one stamp set on its own, and I've used that over there. And just to add some texture to the background, although it's not textures, may not be quite the right word. Okay, so that's what I did over here that I'm going to use. And then I took an A4 page and I cut it down to size. Okay, so I didn't do something. So probably in this video, I'm going to put you on pause, do some work, and then come back. Okay, so now what I did over here, that these three here act as a belly band, okay? And I'll give you the measurements and everything as we do it. And then I cut out of cardboard. Firstly, I cut 2.5-inch circles, and then I cut out punched out music paper as well. And then I just stuck the music paper on top of the circles. These are my fussy cuts. Oh, it's beginning to rain. Lovely. These are my fussy cuts. These are my words that you will find as part of my freebies. And then I just use some stamps on it. Okay. Now, what do? They open up like this. Now, why so difficult, Anthony? Because I stuck it over there. Didn't realize I stuck it there. Oh my goodness, really? Didn't figure that out. And then what I did is I stenciled on the inside. I stenciled, and then I folded down some paper. Now, you'll find other people probably doing it a little bit differently, making it like matchbox and stuff like that. I am a journaler. So when I journal, I need to be able to be comfortable journaling. Okay, so that's what I did over there. Okay, and I'm just gonna tuck this back quickly, and then it doesn't look so bad. And see, here it opens up perfectly well, and then I did that as well. But look at me, I'm sticking it all over. So this page, oh, look at these. You see, I was so in a rush that I didn't see that it was coming apart here. So that glue obviously got stuck over there. Maybe the next one will be right. Right, so that's also basically what it is on this side. And then it just goes in like that. That one opened up. And then the very same one. Do you think we're going to be third time lucky with everything properly and not glued to each other? Let's see. Yes, okay, like that. And then actually this card here is supposed to go. There's a journal card, so it acts as a belly band, and it's supposed to go through like that. Okay, so that's basically what I did on all of these here. I'm going to give you the measurements on what I'm doing over here. I can tell you now that this is 2 inches wide. Okay, 2 inches wide. That's 2 inches wide. And then what I did initially is I just took the paper like that, and then I put it over here kind of like that, and I just measured it. I measured it as to how wide I want it, wide, okay, and whatever was the balance, I I just used my scoreboard and I scored it in, and then at the end I just took out a little bit. So I'm going to do it that way because it's just a little bit easier to do. So what's my measurements? My measurements are going to be let's put a mark on it, and then I'll tell you what it is. But they're all 2 inches wide. That much I can tell you. Okay, so I know that is how wide it must be, if you think about it. Okay, but in actual fact we need to do it from this side because this side goes underneath. So this is how wide it is. Okay, right, so that's the first thing. Let's put it there. Okay, right, so we know now that there's the mark over there, and I'm just going to pull out my my mascara. Where did I put it? Oh, there's it here. Take out my mascara. Okay, so that is my mascara, and don't ask me where's my pencil, my scoring tool, because I have no idea. I used it this morning and I don't know where it is. I'm so lazy to take out my biggest scorer. So there's the mark over there. I can see that. So I'm just going to line this up here, kind of like on the last one here, like that, and I'm going to score. So this is how I think wide we want it. Okay, so somewhere around there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around, and on that score mark, I'll give you the measurements now. I'm going to do that. Oh, the rain is so gorgeous. Like that. Okay, so there's the score mark over there that I have. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back over here, match that up, and then score here. Okay, just give me a second. My son wants something from me, and this scoring tool is too big. Give me a second. Okay, all right, I must put it on. Okay. Now put it on. Where is it? It's on. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. My son was watching TV here, so he wanted to tell me he's going down, and then I must put the TV off because I got the remote over here next to me. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm also going to kind of score it here. Just follow that line. Hopefully no, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that line. Look how lazy I am to find to use my big scoring board. Terrible. Okay, so I'm just gonna, it's not like I don't have a scoring board, a big one. There, that's it. Okay, so it was enough scored for me to be able to do that. Right, so that's basically it. I'm going to give you measurements now. Okay, there's my ruler. Okay, I didn't expect it to rain today. So this flap here is almost 12.5 centimeters, but it depends on how wide your book is. Okay, so for example, the one where's the page that I was going to use? Okay, there's the page I was going to use. Yes, sorry, I got like 3 things on my desk at the moment. So that's the page I'm going to use. So now, given the fact that there's going to be a spine over here, so I just, what's it, 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe from either side. That's what I did. Okay, I measured it in. Right, so I've got that now. So I said that was 12.5, nearly 13 if I'm not mistaken. And then that is 5 inches. Okay, and then I left a little, what is it, like a 1/8 or something inch over there. And then this measures 1.5 inches. Now remember that this is an A4 paper, so you are getting 29.7 centimeters over here, which is 11 3/4 inches. And I know that the legal size paper is a little bit smaller, so you work it out according to the paper that you are using. Right, so that's basically what I did. The next thing I did is I used my cutting mat, and I marked at 2-inch intervals. Okay, so that's 1 inch, 2 inches. Okay, here as well, what I did is I know my paper going down is about 8 inches. Okay, normally 8 1/4, but I think I cut some parts out or whatever. So let's say about 8 inches. Now I knew that I also wanted gaps between these belly bands, so I went on a 2-inch for 2 inches. And I also knew that I wanted, now do I not have it here? I also knew I wanted some space between the top and the bottom as well. Okay, so to me, even though my page is 8 1/4 so-called, you know, kind of inches, I went with 6 inches in total, if that makes sense to you. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my score, my cutter, and at every 2 inches that I marked, I am going to now cut it down. All right, like that. 1. Let's put it right. So ladies, how are you? Are you good? What did you do? Today's Monday. Hey, today's Monday. Oh, no, today's not Monday. Today's Wednesday. Yes, it was the first day back at work. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's only Monday. No, it's not. So this is my extra piece. And, you know, I will use it somewhere. For sure. You know that about me. Right, so I've got these 3 pieces over here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my corner rounder and I'm just going to round the corners. I'm using the second one, which is the 7 millimeters. I'm just going to round my corners because I feel like rounding my corners. So that's what I'm going to do over here. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up all this. So I'm not going to ink the back. That is going to be the back, but I need to ink everywhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink and I'm going to get back to you. How's that? Okay, let's put it this way. I'm going to ink, so I don't have to put you on pause twice. I'm going to ink and I'm going to stencil it. Okay, and what am I using? I'm using this stencil over here. It doesn't have a name, and I'm using Artistry ink in Earth Song. That's what I'm going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to ink everything and I'm going to come back to you. So when I say I'm going to ink everything, all the folds here, all along here, here on this side over here, that there, and all this here, all right, and then. So the only part I'm not going to ink is the back part, which is the back part here. Okay, all right. So let me do that and then I'll come back to you very, very quickly and we can take it from there. Right, so I'm back. I've done all that and I've inked them and I've done some stenciling. Some stenciling, yes, on it. Right, so now I am ready. I'm ready to actually decorate and embellish this and put in the piece that I want. Right, so what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to put in the pieces and then I'm going to work. Now let me show you what I did over here because I kept one for you. So all I did is I took this and I took an A4 page and I folded it in half lengthwise, okay? And then I just put it here, and I know it's big, smaller by a bit, but I was okay, you know, I mean, I didn't want to go now and start measuring and things like that, you know, into too much detail. So all I did is I kind of lined it up with the top over here, but you know, giving me a little bit of space over there, a little bit of space over there. And then all I did is I brought this in here a little bit as well, just giving me a little bit of space to work with over there as well, okay? And then I just took it out, and that was all I needed. I just needed to find out where I should do my folds. And if I have to think or hazard a guess, it could be 1 7/8 or something, because that is 2 inches long. Making sure that when I go concertina style, I am lining up the edges over here, and I'm also making sure that I'm not going over that first fold, but you know, I do go over it, and it's well, it is what it is, you know. If I go over it, well, so be it then, but not by a lot. You shouldn't be going through over it by a lot, because then it's going to show in the like say this one now, it's going to pop out of your this, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm doing that there, and I've got something that looks like that now. Okay, now I am going to cut out the extra. I'll tell you why just now. So this one does look a bit wonky on the side. Really, it's, you know, you don't need to be absolutely neat. So I'm just going to cut off like that much, which is the extra, okay? And if I want to, I can go back and making sure that I didn't cut the folds as well. So just cut off the extra. Don't make sure that you don't cut the folds down. Then I take my paper, okay, and I turn it around to see which is the right side. I mean, you know, because I'm working with directional paper, I place it down there, and I look at this and I say, okay, how do I want my paper to fold out? So that's the important part. I want my paper to fold downwards, okay, like that. Okay, so my first fold on my paper should be facing downwards. Can you see that? It's facing downwards. Okay, that's my very first fold on my paper. So there's my paper starting here, and that's my very first fold facing downwards. Now if you want it to face upwards, then you're you know, if you want to open it upwards like that to right, then your very first fold should be facing upwards. Okay, so that's the only way I can explain it to you. Then what I did is I took some glue stick, okay, and I added it to it. Nothing fancy or anything, okay. And now remember, I want it downwards, so my first fold is going to face downwards, and then I just stick it over here, ensuring that I try to keep it within the boundaries. With I'm not too concerned about measuring equidistances between those two there. So that's the first one now, and I will do the very same for all of them. Where do I want it to open? I want it to open downwards, and that's why I will glue it that way. So if you remember, you saw me cutting out that little bit extra. You don't need to, but the little bit extra, if I folded it in, it was just going to give me a problem as to where to put it. Okay, so let's look. Okay, that's great. And my first fold is down here. Yes, it is. And then all I do is I try to line it up. I'm more concerned about lining on top and bottom than I am side to side. If you, I gather you've noticed that, right? And then this is the last one. This looks a little bit big. Right, let's see, right? Let's put this book away now. And there you go. So let me look again, because I really don't want it. Oh, here I didn't cut out. I told you it looked a little big. I was right. didn't cut out that extra. First fold at the bottom, yes, okay, and I'm just gluing it in here like that. Okay, so done and dusted. I am done with that process now. Okay, cool bananas. So let's just put this in here, and that's basically how it's going to look. Now it's not enough for us to bother about having a like a gusset, or not a gusset, a spine. Okay, so that's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my music paper, music circle down, and I'm just going to hold it there because I know that that is the area I should not be gluing. Okay, so I'm gluing and I'm putting it down. And I'm also not too concerned about, you know, when they line up, when I put them down, are they actually in the, are they all, like all the circles, are they all lining up or whatever? I'm not concerned. Okay, then I add that over there. Like that. And then I just lose my, I lose one. Okay, it's not a problem. I lost one. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm just adding this here now, like that, and I'm just adding a phrase. This is not a word, it's a phrase. Ta-da! Making sure that my phrase is towards my left hand side because I want that to open there. Okay, good. Let's straighten it, something. Let's straighten the thing. Okay, so I lost one. Oh well, lucky me, I have them punched out. So the ladies that in South Africa that belong to my WhatsApp inspiration group, how's your stash going? So what I did is I showed them a photograph of some of my stash. You know, like, you know, when you print out digitals and stuff like that, you got those digitals that are you have a lot of paper in between, like for example here and stuff like that. So I don't even throw that away. I will go now and I will cut them out and I will keep them to one side. Then I'll coffee dye them in a batch, and then I throw them into a box or whatever, and that's where I get all my stamps from. You know, I'm able to stamp on it. Right, so the next one is this one here, and just getting the you know, this part right, like that. What's happening downstairs? Goodness gracious, I don't know. I can hear the outside alarm going on, but it is only 20 to 6 over here. Oh, did I? Okay, I did glue it right. So I'm just adding it there. Maybe hubby came home. Yeah, okay, fine. And let's add another one. No, did I just lose a word now? Did I just lose, there's it here. I was gonna say, did I lose a saying now? Because I swear, you know that about me, hey? You know that about me. I lose everything. Okay, so let's add this now to it. And I need to go on a stamping spree. You know, like stamp, like how I'm stamping and cutting out. It relaxes you. The stamping, yeah, and even the cutting out relaxes you. Making sure you're not putting anything that will cover that opening there. Okay, all right. And let me take my really dirty wet wipe. And the reason why it is really dirty, ladies, it's not because I'm a filthy lady. It's because these things, let's be honest, we shouldn't even be using them. They're not good for the environment. So, but I use it. I try not to use a lot of them, but I do use it, okay? So in my way, I try to say, okay, I'm going to limit the use of it. So I just use it a little over and over again, and until, you know, until I'm like, okay, let's throw it away now, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, okay. So that's the, I think I want to put the typewriter today. No, are you kidding me? Did I lose the stamp again? I mean, I lost another, there's it here. I'm just going to say I lost another stamp. And I'm just putting it to the side, as you can see. I'm putting them wonky over there. And I've got no lace or anything on it. As it is, the page is going to be bulky. I mean, you know, the entire page is going to be bulky in the sense that you've got all these running down, plus you've got a tag on the inside. So really, do I want to create any more bulk? No, I don't think so. Okay, there you go. All right, now what I'm going to do is try to clean this out. Okay, does it work? Now I know that this is going to be my page that I'm going to put it on. And I'm going to just line it up like this to see how my tag is going to look in it. Okay, so I need, you know, I need the tag to go in, all three of them. Doesn't need to come out from the bottom one, but I need for the tag to go in. Right, so then I take my tag. Let's put this away. I'm sure the other part is here in this little container here. And is that going to work? Yeah, it's going to work. Okay, so kind of that's where we should be gluing. Remember, I'm leaving a little bit more space on the top than at the bottom. So I'm going to probably take my first one and I am going to glue the two sides, not the two short sides. Okay, like that and like that. Okay, right, so I'm just gonna add it maybe here, going a little bit more towards the side like that. And I'm only looking at my sides to be able to say whether it's straight or not. And you know me, nothing is straight. Nothing. Okay. So then I'm going to put this one down, just leaving a little bit of a gap in between them. Like that. This one looks like it can go a little bit more to this side. Like that. And then the last one. There you go. So you've got literally, if you think about it, 1.5 A4 pages of writing space. You've just created 1.5 A4 pages of writing space. It looks a little bit wonky, but remember I said I don't even line up those there, but they eventually line up. I mean, well, I don't know whether they eventually line up, but let's see now. Please tell me I didn't glue the first one again. No, I didn't. Okay, so when it opens up, it's going to open up like that. You've got writing space. I didn't glue the first one, but there we go. There you go. You got writing space like that. And then it closes, and then, well, basically for the rest of them, you also got writing space like that. But I'm just going to open them so that oops, I didn't glue them. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, maybe it's the paper I'm sticking on. It's got glue on it or something like that. Okay, like that. And then this one here as well. And yeah, okay. So there we are, done and dusted. And now I know that they are not glued together. happiness about that. There's the card I made. It is from the kit. I printed it on 120 GSM. You know, my laptop, my printer is not taking the 150, 160 GSM. It's giving me an issue. So instead of having a heartache, I just print it now on 120 and I back it with, if you look carefully, you will see it is writing paper, copy paper that was coffee dyed and has print on that side, the side that is stuck down. So yes, that's it. Goes in there like that, and that's basically, and you've got a nice big tag that you can add journaling to. So that's my project for today. I do hope that you like it. Oh, did I see anything similar to this anywhere else? I'm sure I did, yes, but because I wanted writing space, I did the concertina part of it. You know, instead of, you can make it like a matchbook if you want to as well, and you can use it that way. But I specifically did it this way because I want writing space, and especially when this goes into a journal and it gets nice and fat, then you struggle to have writing. You know, to be able to write, not have writing space. You'll have all the writing space that you desire, but if you don't, if it's not put properly, you know, if it's not conducive to writing, you're not going to be able to write in it. So that goes in the like that, yes. And it's still my Sage journal that I'm working on. Remember, ladies, all these can go into your idea book, but I'm just working on the Sage journal for now. I really do want to finish this and my Christmas journal, you know, quite soon. So that's it. Hope that you like it. And there's the other one here. It's the same. The only difference is the fact that you've got different fussy cuts on them. See, different fussy cuts. Oh, and the paper is different. That's got a different paper and that's got a different paper. But otherwise, it's very much the same. Okay, so take care. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to give me a thumbs up, comment, like it. And if you haven't as yet subscribed, then please consider subscribing. What I wanted to tell you is that I've noticed that I've got some new subscribers, so I just want to welcome you, and I hope that this channel meets your needs, in the sense that it is what you want, what you are looking for. Okay, and I'm so glad that you are here and joining us. There's my stamp. I found it. I found it. Ladies, imagine what could be under here. And lots of things must have like got pushed under the as I work. So that's it. And once again, from me, have a blessed week. I'll see you on Friday with your Friday freebie. But I can tell you now that a kit is being released. Today is Wednesday. Thursday or Friday, it is my cherry blossom kit. But I don't think that's going to be the name. But it is full of blue and pink cherry blossoms, and blue, pink, and cream cherry blossoms. And I think you're going to like it. I think, you know, when we did this Friday freebie, because it was lying over here, I remembered when we did this Friday freebie last week, it was kind of with that kit in mind. Okay, so if you like this, you are going to love the cherry blossom one. I know that I always give a sneak peek of my kits to my design team members, and if I'm not mistaken, every one of them wants to work on it. Every single one of them came back and said, can we please work on it? So I'll see you soon. Bye bye, and be blessed.